Shaheen Reed, the Rap on Wrestling podcast. I got my guys here. Nick, 816, Ari, E. Will. Spiff TV is still across seas somewhere. He's chilling in Paris, having a great time. Big up to Spiff. Hope to see you shortly.
Bonjour, Spiff.
There you
Yes,
go.
sure.
And speaking of overseas, last night it went down. Well, last night in Saudi Arabia, but it was yesterday afternoon for us. It went down. Night of Champions, very eventful. New King of the Ring, new Queen of the Ring. A World Championship match that actually is the end of an era for a particular feud that we love. The women showed out. A lot of exciting stuff, but let's get to the king and the queen of the ring. We have a new king, Cody Rhodes. I believe that all of us predicted that, and I think it was no, you didn't. You thought Randy was gonna win, Ari?
Oh, you mean for that match? I was rocking with Jay, but yeah. Cody over Randy, yeah.
Yeah, and then we have a queen of the ring, which I think was kind of cut down the middle. I think half of us predicted Jade Cargill, half of us predicted Oscar. Let's do ladies first. Big up to Queen Latifah. Um, Queen of the Ring, Jade Cargill. I said it. I think Jade is somebody who they're trying to build into WrestleMania main event caliber player. I thought this would be the big feather in her cap. This would be the one to skyrocket her to go to the next level as far as being a singles competitor. She's already been successful winning tag team gold, and Asuka went for the now infamous finishing move, her booty bump yesterday. Jade caught her, and that was it. She hit her with the finishing maneuver. It was over. 1, 2, 3, Jade for the win. Ari, what do you think about this win for Jade?
I mean, I hope she retired Oscar's finishing move, because I don't think Oscar could hit that against any of the powerhouses in the female division. So, just like Jade scooped her up very easily, I think all of them would do that. So, I hope she retired it. Love Jade outfit coming out. I'm a big X-Men fan, so to see her look identical to Storm, I thought that might have went over some of the fans in presence, but I thought it was dope. Match overall, when she came out like Storm, I was like, damn, I might want to change my pick. It looked like it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? That entrance just looked very, very, very stellar. But I thought the match was just okay. Could have been a little better. I thought it was just okay. Shaw, I think you cut out.
You, Shah.
You will break it down for us, bro.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, man. The match, like Ari said, the match was okay. I'm happy that she won. I hope that it can and help progress, whatever she has going on. I think it's two mistakes though. I really think they should rethink having important women matches over there. Maybe do like a battle royal instead, or hold the Queen of the Ring maybe separately. Or they could have did the final at Evolution. Something like that, because none of the women pretty much got any love yesterday. And it was kind of sad. Um,
I
so
agree with that. I agree with that.
yeah, and for me, it took away a lot out of it. The second mistake, after she won, they let her talk. That that promo, man, it wasn't great, man. Shout out to Jay Cargill, man. Like she won. We happy she won, but man, she still got some work to do. And I hope that Naomi and that feud and going forward, it can bring the best out of her, and she just continues to improve because she has the look. She literally looks like a goddess. Like she looks unbeatable, but she has some things with her. But I'm happy that she won. You know what I mean? Definitely. She deserved to win out of anybody. So in the
You
women's
deserve
division.
it.
Yeah.
I think you're on mute, Shaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's muted. Right.
Sorry about that, guys. I thought that
Mhm.
during the match, Oscar did a very good job of selling a lot of the big moves for Jade, but I think I was telling Ari this yesterday is that when you look at him, Jade is just so uh large in stature. She's um chiseled. She's athletic. Realistically, it wouldn't look like Oscar could even handle her for 5 minutes. Like if you did a side by side comparison of the two of them, but I thought she did a great job of making Jade look strong with the power moves, and I thought that Jade also did a great job of selling some of the flyer moves that Oscar did, and she also showed um by selling a few things, she also showed what a great ring tactician Oscar is that I think sometimes people forget. Nick, what was your thoughts on the match with Jade beating Oscar?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was good. Wish the match would have been a little bit better. It was just okay. I think that Jay had that little fumble up on the end on the pin, but I was a little
Yeah.
confused on that. And I was like, oh, I didn't know
You
that was
you
it.
weren't the only one confused.
Yeah, I was like, what's
Everybody.
going on? But then they just hit the bell, so a little bit lackluster at the end, but overall it was okay.
I think Jade, when she does that move, when she bends all the way back, I think she probably just, she went a little bit more prematurely. But this is the second year in a row. A sketchy pinfall because last year that pinfall with Gunther and Randy was sketchy, and
Mm.
this year this Oscar and Jade it was a little sketchy too. But like I said, now Jade she goes on whoever wins Queen of the Ring, they go on to face the champion from their brand. Jade is on SmackDown, so it looks like she could go against Tiffy. But Ari, you cooked up a genius wrinkle in the plan yesterday on our group chat. Can you tell the people the Ari cook up, Chef Ari? Let me bring it back. Tell the people the Chef Ari cook up that you put together in the kitchen on the group chat yesterday. And I loved it so much.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Just watching the match, man, I'm thinking, wow, how perfect would it be for Bianca to come back at Evolution, win the belt. Now Jade has to face Bianca at SummerSlam, and then Naomi just come in. So everybody gets the belt. You know what I'm saying? Because Bianca goes in with the belt, Jade wins the belt, and then Naomi just comes in and cashes in. So I think that would be maybe not a finale, but a great way to kind of put things for one of the best storylines that we've seen, other than the bloodline. I think this has been probably the best storyline. So you have all three of the ladies involved in that match. Carly B as the host for SummerSlam. I think that would just be, like the chef's kiss.
Yeah, and one thing I add to it too, Ari, is that what makes this such a great storyline is not just the actual plot points that we've been following every week, but the way that they are delivering on these promos, especially Bianca and Naomi. When she said, "I'm gonna have you in that wheelchair like your mother," and
Damn.
she was crying. She was crying. She's like, but BB. Oh man, this is incredible. And Naomi, I think we said this. I think everybody here has said it on multiple occasions. Naomi is doing the best work of her career, and what I love about what she's doing is it's not just contained to the actual show or the PLE. She's going to social media. She's selling on red carpets where she's wearing the neck brace on the red carpet, and with the matching dress. So Ari, that is a genius cook up. Hopefully Triple H. I know Triple H watches this, so Triple H, you could have that. This one we'll
Let's
give
do
you
it.
for
Let's do it,
free.
Hunter. Let's do
We're
it.
gonna have to charge in the future. This one we'll give
Yeah.
it to you for free though. Okay, so Queen of the Ring, and also too, before we get off Queen of the Ring, let's point out that Asuka's been red hot. This is her first loss, but when she came back after such a long hiatus over a year, she got put right into the Queen of the Ring tournament. Obviously, she did great in the tournament, going to the finals, and I think she still can keep the momentum. I don't think
Yeah,
Asuka.
it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, she didn't need this Queen of the Ring win for her career, for her legacy. She's multi-time women's champion, and she can still be in the women's main event or a women's main event for SummerSlam. She can still fight her former clique member Io Sky for the title. There's plenty of women that she could get into a feud with. One great thing about Asuka is that you could pair her with literally any other woman on the roster, and it's a go. She could be a heel. She could be a face. She has incredible swag, like I keep saying, and sky's the limit for Oscar. It's going to be interesting to see how this women's heavyweight championship um title picture comes together. Because we had a big street fight last night too. Big street fight, which Ari, you say is the match of the night. I'll let you break it down what happened in that match, and the competitors and everything, because you said that's the match of the night for you.
Yeah, I know we was laughing at the outfits a little bit in the match. They probably did the best that they could, with the circumstances. But yeah, I can't say that I was expecting that match to be that good, and I was pleasantly surprised. And it really was because of Raquel. Like Raquel was taking it to Rhea. I was shocked. You know what I'm saying? I know they had very good chemistry in NXT, but it really paid off in this match, man. Raquel was I thought she was dominating actually. I was really shocked, you know what I'm saying? And you throw Roxanne in there also. She almost pulled out a sneaky victory, but you know, mommy's always on top. So that last move, little assistance from the referee, that was very smart of him. But they pulled off a big power move at the end, to finish Raquel off. But I definitely think that was the match of the night, man. That power bomb outside the ring, it looked like onto a table, where Raquel power bombed her, and that
Yeah.
that was crazy. That was crazy. She
Spot
she
of the
might
Yeah.
year,
have
bro.
she
That
might
spot
have
of the
could have
year so
carried her in
far.
the ring for the pin. Say it again, Nick.
Mhm. I said that spot of the year, bro. So far, at least that where she put it through the top of the ring announcer table on the side. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was
Crazy.
Crazy. Oh my
That
God.
was crazy.
And for
that
it
was
to
a
be,
good look.
Raquel and mommy, like that's even better, man. That was crazy.
You can tell that they're big on Raquel before then she got hurt. I remember, and she was out for a while. And when
For a
she came
long
back,
time, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's been tag teaming. She might need to. They might need to let her go on her own. Like, I like her with Liv and Judgment Day, but for me, I would like her better by herself, as
Mhm.
opposed to now she about to be the background of Roxanne. You know what I mean? Now that Liv's going, so
Hey,
Raquel's a
I think
beast.
this I think this match might change the complexion of that. I think if these people, these executives, Triple H and all of these guys, very intelligent people behind the scenes in WWE.
Yeah.
I think this was a great audition for Raquel to be like, we can put her in a title hunt too. We could put her in that main event women's scene as well because Liv is gonna be out. We don't know, but it's gonna be extended amount of time, and it's gonna be at least a
Yeah.
couple of months. And I think that how they do it is reverse the roles now. Liv, she's not physically able to compete, but we know Liv is exciting. Just her presence alone is worthy of the spotlight. She could get on the microphone and talk. I think now we switch it up and have Liv be in that managerial role for Raquel and let Raquel be the beast unleashed and let her go and just wreak havoc and beat the hell out of all of these women. I think that's a great thing. And then while she's doing that, we also have, you know, sprinkling Roxanne, whatever type of play that Liv and Roxanne could do, because it looks like now the Latina mommies, which we love, Raquel and Roxanne, I could see them coming together, bonding now. I think Raquel is she's gonna start getting that trust for Roxanne in the weeks to
Hmm.
come, and we're going to see them become even tighter. Raquel could even be like a big sister role to Roxanne. And by the way, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I was looking on the gram and I saw this thing where how the fans at the event they're standing outside at the barricade waiting for the wrestlers to come out. And I saw Roxanne as a little kid. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Um, as a fan, something that
Hmm.
we've done a million times, especially me, Ari, and my nephew Amari, trying to get these autographs from the wrestlers, and luckily we got a little bit better access than some of the fans, but we've been and all right, we've been there with Liv. We Amari, taking Amari to see Liv, and all of these people. So it's beautiful when we see that these wrestlers, these WWE superstars and AEW superstars as well, were little kids that just loved it, and now we actually see them living their dream. That's just a little sidebar.
Yeah.
One thing I have been noticing, and I'm gonna give props to Rhea Ripley too, because Rhea, she's so physically imposing. We see her beat the hell out of so many people, even men too. But when she gets in the ring with these fellow power players, with the Nia Jaxes, well, it's really only a couple of other power players that could go toe to toe. She hasn't fought Jade yet, but Bianca, Raquel, Nia Jax, when they're in the ring with Rhea Ripley, Rhea does a great job of also selling for them as well, which shows that she's a very, very unselfish uh, wrestler in the ring because, again, Greek goddess, you know, and there's no disrespect to Rhea because she's feminine. She's a beautiful woman. She's feminine, and she's very attractive in every way. But Rhea is so cock diesel that she could play football in the NFL. I truly
Yeah.
Damn.
believe that we find the right position for Rhea Ripley. She
Cornerback.
could play football in the NFL. That's how great of an athlete she is. Not saying that she's masculine or nothing like that, because I think Rhea is beautiful. She's very feminine and gorgeous, but she's a fantastic athlete. She's you know the the 10th wonder of the world. If China's the ninth wonder, she's the 10th wonder of the world, and she does a great job of putting on really good matches when she's in the ring with another power player. I think it's dope. She doesn't try to, be too overbearing. She does her moves, and she definitely does her power moves, and she wins her matches. But everybody looks good. I think it's great that they do this teamwork when they're in the ring together. So I can't wait to see how they figure out who's gonna fight Io Sky at Evolution and at Summer Jam, because now Raquel has she gave people a friendly reminder that, hey, before I got injured and when I was a face, I was in that title hunt on constantly, and I think she's back. I think this live injury, you never want to see anybody injured, but I think it's going to be a great pivot for Raquel to step up and fight these other main eventers and get into that main event scene herself. I love it. What you got to
Yeah,
say, Ari? I see that look on your face.
Nah, I was just, when I think of Raquel, I think of Liv. I can't help but to think of Shawn Michaels and Big Daddy Cool. So now the way
Yes.
Raquel is dressing, we got Big Mommy Cool. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
hopefully she gets that push, similar to how Diesel got that push. Cause that was the trio in NXT. There was Raquel and Rhea and Bianca. So we've seen Bianca at the top. We've seen Rhea at the top. Hey, it might be Raquel's time, man. It might be Raquel's time. Big Mommy
And
Cool. Put
Raquel,
that put that on a t-shirt, Nick. Big Mommy Cool. You
I
know?
love it. Let's get that design. I love it.
Mhm.
I love it. I just think the only thing that has held Raquel back is the promos. That's the only thing to me that has held her back. But we have seen when she gets really pissed off, she could give some really dope promos. She starts speaking in Spanish. So again, I think if Liv comes back wearing the arm brace, I think it would be so cool if Liv comes back, she's wearing the arm brace. Because she's legitimately injured, but she might not actually need an arm brace. But if she comes back and she's wearing the arm brace, and then we see her, once in a while just take the arm out and smack somebody or hit somebody over the head with something, then put the arm back in the brace. No, I'm injured. It wasn't me. I think that would give Raquel and Liv so much heat in these matches. I think it's good. It should be cool. It should be really cool.
We got to also consider too, when it comes to Raquel and Liv and everything. Right before she got hurt, you seen Finn sowing seeds, in Roxanne Perez's ear. He was whispering, he was giving her compliments and stuff. So I think Finn is going to play a big part in what happens with Liv and everything when she comes back. So
I like it. And again, my only gripe with Judgment Day, I don't want to see them break up. I would like to see them. My only gripe is that they need to win more. Like even yesterday, you know Raquel taking that L, she looked incredibly strong. But I just
yeah.
need to see for a faction, you need to win more. Like let's start winning. Let's start getting these W's. Just to make you more credible. We was talking about me and E Will was talking earlier about the four horsemen and all of that. And one great thing what made the four horsemen so great is that they didn't just win matches, they won gold. Now I'm not saying you got to put a bunch of gold on Judgment Day, but just a regular Raw match. Don't have them lose to the to the War Raiders. Like let's have them win some more
Hey,
matches.
and they need bigger wins than beating Otis and Tozawa or something like that.
They
Like
need
I need some
legitimate,
credible
credible
wins.
wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, hey man, Raquel going over with the help of Roxanne yesterday wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world. But speaking of
Yeah.
factions, I think this guy that I'm about to talk about, he has it down when it comes to the factions. We saw the first ever pin in WWE yesterday of Jacob Fatu. He lost the United States champion to not only his family member, but his number one nemesis in the world right now, Solo Sikoa. We saw the return of Jason Mateo, he was there. We saw Tangaloa come back, and we also, and this name is hilarious to me, but it's very in the movie The Flash, Michael Keaton's character, he was talking about I forget which one. I think he was talking about Superman. He said, "Don't you think that name is a little on the nose?" And Hikuleo is now known as Tala Tonga, which he is taller than everybody else. So it's like they try to say taller Tonga, which is hilarious, the tallest Tongan. But he made his official debut. I thought that the debut would have been a little bit more electric if they didn't have him do a random dark match last week. Like I cause nobody has really had a chance to see him, but by him doing a dark match, it was like, okay, we know this guy is now coming to the roster. I thought it would have been a great surprise. And Solo has done a great job of introducing these stable mates in his faction at these PLEs and that Friday Night SmackDown when nobody is really they're not on the radar. JC Mateo just we knew he was a free agent, but we didn't even know he was talking to WWE. We know Hikuleo has been signed for a long time, but he's been signed so long and not used, we kind of forgot about him. So when he came in, we was kind of expecting him when we saw him in the dark match. We was kind of expecting him to pop up at any minute. If it wasn't at Night of Champions, we was damn sure it was going to be at SmackDown either this coming week or the next week. But he came in, he cost Jacob Fatu the victory. He pulled him out the ring. He gave him the slam outside the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Solo gave him the spike of his career. Like he Solo put all that frustration into being the little brother of the Usos and the little cousin of Roman Reigns. All them 35, how old is Solo? 35 years old. All them 35 years of being frustrated into that and gave him the spike, which actually flipped Jacob Fatu in his 300-pound frame over, and he pinned him. Solo not only gets the biggest victory of his career, but he also finally gets a taste of gold. Period. He's never been a champion, so he's won gold. I think the only thing Solo has to do next is to actually fight in a WrestleMania. He hasn't fought in a WrestleMania match yet. He's shown up at WrestleMania, but not fought in a match. New United States champion, and this is the exact opposite of what we were saying with Judgment Day. You have this faction and you're supposed to be formidable. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Like, you don't make Jacob look any weaker because we know Jacob is the small werewolf. We know that he's off the chain. We know that he's a WrestleMania main eventer in the making. But by him losing, by getting jumped by not one stable member, not two stable members, by three stable members, doesn't make him look any weaker. It actually is going to set up a really fun get back and revenge tour for Jacob. But now Solo, he's the champion. He looks strong. And it's about time that Solo won a match because he's been losing so often. I'm like, damn, this is a guy that was just in January fighting Roman Reigns for the Ula Fowl. Like he's fighting the top guy in the company in one of the main events at the Netflix debut um, for WWE Raw. So E,
Yes, sir.
new United States champion, new member finally down with the clique. I don't know if they're gonna name themselves the Bloodline, but it's funny because now they're actually a bloodline with a different kind. Because Tala Tonga is the brother
I'm
of
about to
Tonga
say you
Loa
done
and
took my
Tonga
whole
Donga.
answer.
Oh, sorry about that. Go ahead, E. Go ahead, E. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say like Solo is now like stepbrother. Like he's the only non-Tongan in the faction. Even JC is a Tongan, but he's not related to Tonga Leia and Tama Tonga. It's interesting. It's because again from this it can split off into a whole nother story eventually. Um, with them turning on Solo, and then he needing his real family back, possibly.
Yeah,
But nah,
yeah,
but
yeah,
he
yeah.
this is good, man. It's heating up. Like it was dead in the water for me for a long time. The bloodline storyline. I was just enjoying the pieces of the story. But now with Solo winning, like he needed that win. Like I don't think the universe understands how bad And when he was in the match and he started talking trash, I was like, oh boy, here we go. He about to lose again. Here you go, mocking Jacob. Here we go. And nah, they debuted Hikaleo. I was happy. I've been waiting for like a year. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been waiting since he dropped the IWGP tag team titles. Oh, by the way, Solo's whole faction is from New Japan too, by the way. I don't know if anybody noticed that as well. So I don't know if that's another connection, but he needed that. Jacob doesn't look any weaker. And for me, I would like to see face Jacob chasing after the belt, chasing after going after those guys. And my favorite part of the whole match, I said in the group chat, when he put out the bat signal. I wonder if anybody else noticed that when he put the one up and then pointed at the camera. I was like, yes, he had to call big dog. So it's about to get good, man. Hopefully we get more than 6 appearances from Roman
Wait,
after
break
that.
break that down. When you say he, you talking about Jacob, right?
Yes, I'm sorry. Jacob, during the match, he had Solo down. He put the one, it looked like he was about to pray, but then he put the one up and then he pointed right at the camera. So I was like, oh man. It's like what's that? Voltron. He it's Voltron. He calling everybody together. It's about to be over, man. It's good. They made it interesting again.
Well, where the hell was Big Jim at? Where the hell was Jimmy Uso? Because we saw them on Friday Night SmackDown. Let's backtrack a little bit. Friday Night SmackDown.
He
These
was with
two
our
guys.
truth.
Come on, man. Like what the hell? Big. They did this whole thing in SmackDown. You break it down. Big Jim and Jacob
Yeah.
at SmackDown.
So Jimmy was getting beat. Not Jimmy.
Jacob.
Jacob was getting beat down. Jimmy came through, made the save. Uh, they kind of brushed each other off, but they ran each other backstage, and pretty much had a mutual agreement that kind of like, hey man, like you stay in your lane, I stay in mine, but we cool. It's no issues. And from that, it gave the impression that maybe Jim had his back. I believe in the predictions. I predicted like Jim would come out and help him because he would get jumped by the other bloodline, but I don't know. Maybe he was back there helping Jay. I don't know. But they dropped
When
the
you
ball
when
with
you
that
when
one.
you tell somebody you
I
got
think
to
the
get
Usos
in,
even came.
when you tell somebody you got to get in where you fit in, you're not really saying
Fit
like
in.
I got your back and you know you got my back. You're not really saying that. Like he basically telling him like if you don't get
Yeah.
out of line, like I don't have to put you down. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, but I don't need you. I'm the
Yeah.
lone werewolf. So we saw what that did when you were alone. You know what I'm saying? Now you might need more wolves in your pack, but
Mm-hmm.
if you the lone wolf, I thought this was gonna happen to Jacob to jump him out of the alliance, but they jumped him to lose the belt. So and we still missing a Tonga. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's still a
Yep.
Tonga that's on injured reserve that's still gonna come back. So uh maybe this might be war games that we're looking at. For them all the Tongas to jump Solo out. Cause man, if we thought Solo was on his George Jefferson without the belt, you know what I'm saying? Now he got gold. Solo about to be on the next level. My man was dancing. He got the suits on. Now that he got a belt and he literally has all enforcers in his group. So something we was talking about the Judgment Day, I think they're missing an enforcer for the males. That is, lose Damien, even the Edge.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really have muscle in the Judgment Day, and Solo has
Just
all the muscle. You know
bunch
what
of
I'm
regular
saying?
size guys. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I expect Solo to be on next level, and that's probably gonna piss the Tongas off at some point. You know what I'm saying? So that might be war games right there, E. Roman and the
Yep.
Usos, Jacob and Solo versus the Tongans. You know what I'm saying? That might be it right there.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
was
want
happy.
I want to see I think that that's a really great point because these guys are all actually Tongans and these guys are brothers. Jacob, we know Jacob is, as my man Dave Chappelle would say, a habitual line stepper. He does cross that line, but I would hope that Jacob sees the error of his ways by alienating Jacob Fatu, and kind of gets in where he fits in with the Tongans and JC, because I think they could have a fantastic run. I look at this. I look at this. Solo is where he needs to be on the microphone. The Tongans, I'm not even familiar with Hikuleo and his promo game. I ain't gonna front, but I've never seen like uh a Hikuleo promo where it's like, oh man, this guy is electrifying. And not
Oh
to say that,
no.
yeah, but he could grow into
Yeah.
it. But
Hmm.
I think it works perfectly. Like you said, Ari, these guys are all, he has all muscle. He has all goons in his faction, and Solo could be the mouthpiece and talk for all of them. I think it works. And I gotta give props to JC Mateo because this guy is putting on some really, really great matches. He's putting on some dope matches. Like, did you see him do the standing moonsault on SmackDown on Friday?
It's a big boy to do that.
This guy has a 2K move set for a 300 pounder, and he can brawl. And like you said, the time that when you come from New Japan, man, you got to be able to go. Like when you're in New Japan, like they not playing. So at some point,
Yeah.
you got to be very competent in that ring. Now, the New Japan style is different from WWE, and it might take a little some growing pains and a little bit of a learning curve to
Yeah.
get the WWE style pat. But I think JC, he could go.
Yeah.
He's a player, and I can see JC. Um, I think his role, in addition to being the muscle, he's gonna be putting on some really dope matches with some of the lower tier. Well, I don't even want to say lower tier. I think we'll see him with some of these mid card guys like JC and Andrade and Ray Phoenix, and a lot of these people that could pretty much go. Nick, with the addition of Tyler Tonga, you got Tama Tonga, Tonga Leo, JC Mateo, and Solo. Are they now the number one faction in WWE?
Can argue, say that, or Seth and his goons right now. But as of right now, blood is thicker than water, so I'm gonna go with the new bloodline. So, yeah, man, they just, even at the end when Solos is holding up his belt, they look pretty a force to be reckoned with. So,
Still one missing.
right. So, they're not even done yet. Big power players in there now. So, yeah, I would say yeah, because I'm tired of Seth and his goons right now. So, we'll go new bloodline.
Lowest cashing in the world. We're gonna get to that. Ari, who's the number one faction? Who has it right now?
Yeah.
There we
Solo
go.
Solo and his bloodline, man, they got it. You know, Solo is an enforcer. You know what I'm saying? So I've never really seen a group with all enforcers. You know what I'm saying? So they're pulling off something that I don't think we've seen um before. You know what I'm saying? So the sky is the limit. Um, Man, I think they blowing Seth's group out the water, man. I think they blowing. I think Solo probably look at him like, bro, you was with me just last year. You know what I'm saying? Like you was part of my crew just last year. So, I think they got it, and I'm excited to see what's next, man. So Solo should be, maybe he walk around with a mic now, man, because he gonna be on the next level. He gonna be on the next level. So
Hey, that's what That's what we wanted from the when him winning the Money in the Bank briefcase. Like that's exactly what I saw. I'm like, yo, this dude
Right,
attitude about to be bananas if he wins
right,
that. You know what I mean? But
right. He even
this is
had a
even
little
better.
joke about Jay. After the match was over and after
Four
the
letters,
PLE was
one
over.
word.
Stop.
So
Ooh, stop.
so he's entertaining, man. He's having a good time. So yeah, he's having a good time. It's good to see Solo get recognition that way also because damn, they had him so silent he couldn't even laugh. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see the complete opposite and
Listen,
him have fun
I'm
with it.
telling you, I've been like I noticed a lot of things, and Solo was on fire until The Rock joined WrestleMania 40, and then him and Seth took a back seat. I can't explain it, but they got pushed to the back, and Solo didn't talk after that. He like it was weird, man. He was missing for a while. Remember, we ain't even see
Yeah.
him on TV. Like,
Yeah.
so it's good to see him back in the spotlight, man, because much needed. And I wish, like Shaw said, I wish they would have, debut Hikuleo a little better, maybe without the dark match. They got this WWI EID program. I'm sure it's an indie that he could have went to and popped up and had a match there to prepare.
For
Uh-huh.
people that know who he is, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I think they did that dark match for people who don't know who he is, just to get a little introduced to
yeah,
him. You know what I'm saying? But because it's
yeah.
a dark match, so it wasn't televised. We see it because of social media,
It
but
wasn't televised.
yeah. So I think it was
Yeah,
the crowd, man. If you do that in the States, I think he gets a bigger pop. You know what I'm saying?
yep. Oh, but
And
hold on.
yeah,
Jacob's former partner, who's also
yeah.
signed to WWE, he put out an emoji. So I
Oh
think he might be
yeah.
Lance. I think it's time for him to pop out. So
You think he's ready yet or not yet?
I mean, I think he's a great wrestler, but as far as like the WWE style and having I'm not sure if he has that down pat because he's been signed to them for like a year, and we still haven't seen him. But it was the same thing with
Maybe
Hikaleo.
so maybe you don't even bring Roman. Maybe you put Lance in there. That's dope. And let Jacob be the leader of that
Hey,
group.
he got Romans. Unless they change his name, his wrestling name is Roman's real name. So he's part of that bloodline. Like he's official. He's not
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
a cut like a nobody. So
Yeah.
and then we still got Zilla in the ranks.
Right, that's
So
what I'm saying. Zilla's ready too, but I don't think he's ready yet. But I
nah,
think he's crushing what he's doing right now, bro. Like I love where like seeing him in
he's
40
the
row.
face of Fourth Rope, man.
Right,
Shout out the Gun and Dizzle.
yeah,
Is
the
Zilla
grit and
signed?
everything.
Is he? I don't think he signed to WWE yet.
Mm-mm,
No, no,
Nah,
no, no.
not yet.
He
not
met.
yet.
We
He
just
you seen
everybody
him
just
seeing Randy
anticipating.
Orton?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's let me get a hug,
He
Oos.
saw Randy Orton. What was that? Fanatics.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, let me get a hug, Oos.
Yeah.
But you
Zilla
know
is
what?
just super humble,
This is
man.
a sidebar.
Well,
If they
I
bring
didn't even
Zilla
know he was
in,
from Houston. That's dope. I didn't know he was from
yeah,
Houston.
Just like they was experiencing some technical difficulties on SmackDown on
In
Friday.
Saudi, yeah.
We having our own technical difficulties today, ladies and gentlemen. Please bear with us, but we having another great quality conversation. I'm excited, man. I don't think that no way that Seth's group can match up to Solo's group.
Not anymore.
They don't even have the numbers game now. Forget about it.
Yeah.
It's pure numbers, and all of these guys could go. One of the things I wanted to say before I got cut off before technical difficulties. My brothers ain't cut me off. I had some technical difficulties. I like the way, and I made this point that although Solo was seeing this side of him as the jokester, and we're seeing a new evolution of his personality, when it came time to get into that ring with Jacob, he wasn't playing around. Like he was taking it serious. Like we was seeing a more serious side of Solo. Even that spike at the end, it was a very
Yeah.
vicious spike. Like he wasn't, it was no laughter and no glee involved in it. My man had a killer look on his face with that spike at the end. So I think he's doing a great job of navigating that line, and we've seen all the greats do it. Like all the greats, well, a lot of the greats have done it. Like we don't see too much of the Undertaker with that humorous side. But we've seen Austin, Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, so many that have shown that humorous side. But when it's time to get in
Kurt
that ring
Angle.
and take care of business, Kurt Angle,
About to say Kurt and Stone Cold probably my favorites with that.
Kurt Angle,
Kurt is hilarious.
yeah, they get serious, they get serious. So yeah,
Like,
go ahead. E.
hey, I knew Stone Cold had uh comedy in him when his short stint in ECW when he was mocking Hulk Hogan the whole time. You know what I mean? Like that's if anybody listen to this, just go back, find those videos on YouTube, the promos, and you're gonna be laughing. He was killing Hogan.
Shout out to my man Ken Curry. We was watching that at Norfolk State, just laughing and having a great time with the Stone Cold parodies of Hogan. That was dope. And then for
Yeah,
him to
man.
to come as the ringmaster, and totally change his vibe, and then bring it back a little bit with Stone Cold. The guy just has it. He just has it.
Yo, Hill Stone Cold buddying up with McMahon, man, just genius. Oh, how can I forget him and Booker T? That might be that's one of my top five favorite feuds of all my personal top five of all time. But it it like Stone Cold, man, and Booker T, like both of them,
The
man, like
grocery
In
store
in the
joint.
in the grocery store.
oh, bingo with the church,
Ah, yeah, yeah. They
Pouring the
had some
milk
the
good
all
the
ones.
over.
and
Booker
Hey.
T just
and then
beat down and
people,
said, "Oh, I'm gonna get you back." But he just beat down to oblivion. He's like, "I'm gonna get you back, Stone Cold. I'm gonna get you
yo, they
back."
was in church. They was in church playing bingo, man. Like, yeah. Oh man,
What a
Yeah,
great
that
time
was
in
great.
that
wrestling.
was good.
I would love to see Stone Cold come back for just one. That's just my personal dream. Like one more
Yeah.
run. Let me ask y'all this while we just talking about it. This has nothing to do with Night of Champions, but if you could have anybody past or present come back for one more run, and when I say one more run, like this John Cena, just a year, you could have him, man or woman, no physical, they're not compromised in any way physical, um, back in shape,
Hmm.
anybody you could have just for one more year, one more run, I think I might pick Stone Cold Steve Austin. I would love to see what he could do with Seth. I would love to see
Hmm.
Austin and John Cena in the ring. I would even love to see that there was a rumor, well, there was a report that WrestleMania 39 was originally pitched Austin versus Roman Reigns, which can you imagine those promos, man? When you know Roman tells Stone Cold, "You need to acknowledge me," and he says, "I acknowledge you as being a dumb son of a bitch." Like those would have been
Hmm.
so great. So it's just so many ways, and all of these great workers, AJ Styles, all of these dream matches, Stone Cold and Gunther. Man, Stone Cold. If I could pick to come back for one more run, Nick, who would you choose?
Easy. That's my idol, Stone Cold,
Mm,
all day long.
mm.
Man, yeah, he got me through. I grew up with him, man. So still near and dear to my heart, man. Forever my idol, man.
Now, question: are we talking him in his prime or him with the neck and the back issues coming back now?
He's not compromised physically in no way. No way
Oh,
physically
okay, okay.
compromised. I'm just comparing it to John Cena. John Cena doesn't have any injuries. that he's dealing with
Yeah.
that I can see. You see, the man is obviously he's he's not in super senior shape, but he's in fantastic. The man's in fantastic shape.
Yeah, I would. If anything, I would see. I would probably bring back Austin.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he would fit in this climate right now too. So.
So
Oh
He'll
I'm
yeah.
be
not
so
gonna
good.
do I'm not gonna do a Stone Cold Austin sweep. So definitely HBK Shawn Michaels in his prime. Man, man,
There
crazy.
you go. That's a good one.
Now hold on.
That's Mr. WrestleMania right there.
In
Come
this
on, man.
era, we talking.
Yeah.
Hold on, because it's three different Shawn Michaels. We got Rocker Shawn Michaels, we got
No, not that
Cocaine
one.
Shawn Michaels, and we got Church Shawn Michaels. Which
Give,
one?
give me the cocaine. Pause. Give me the cocaine, Shawn Michaels. I'm talking Shawn Michaels.
Well, let's call him
Yeah, that's what we
HBK
need.
Shawn Michaels.
Let me
Let's call him
HBK
HBK.
that was with
That's with
Sherry.
Sherry.
HBK that was with Sherry.
DX Shawn Michaels is the one, right?
Actually, it's like five of them. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
DX Shawn Michaels is with Stone Cold and Mike Tyson and him and Triple H and
Nah.
China.
Get give me the
Um,
one where he beat Bret Hart, Iron Man match. He used to come out with his manager. Give me that one. Give me that one.
that's the
And you could
child.
put
That's
him
the
in any
that's the
match
boyhood
with
dream,
anyone.
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Give me that one.
Yeah.
Give me the one where he come down in WrestleMania off the little that little joint that Logan Paul tried to do. Yeah, give me that Shawn Michaels.
Oh, the zip line joint. Yeah.
Zip
Yeah, the
lines.
zip line joint. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay,
the one.
yeah.
That's the one.
That's a good one.
You could put him in the match with Gunther, man, and
You know what else
and
I would?
crazy.
He not retired, but prime RVD in this era with these cruiserweights and everything.
Stupid.
Mm.
RVD and Penta.
He literally might be the GOAT if he was prime RVD, like GOAT right, like of this era right now. If he was around, man, he really might be.
Hey,
If it wasn't
off.
for weed, WWE would have pushed him.
Oh yeah.
I know we're gonna get
Yeah, weed
into
is
it, but
legal. Now they
Right.
got all type of dispensaries and everything.
facts.
And
Yep.
I
Yeah.
know
to
we're
your
gonna get
point,
into it, man. But
Sean
if
is
we're
so great.
being
I think
jumped,
Sean could, even right now, like real life iteration of Shawn Michaels, NXT Shawn Michael president. I think he could get in and go right now.
You
Kane
talking
messed
about the
his eye
golden
up, man.
ball cross-eyed
Kane,
Sean?
yeah,
I
Kane.
think he
Nah,
could
I
go.
blame
man.
Kane for that, man.
Oh man.
The
And I
big
love
red
him,
I do
machine.
but
too.
nah.
Yeah.
I saw the way he walked. He kind of got the Matt Hardy walk, so I don't know
Man.
if he
I
can
think if they
go.
said Sean, you got to have one more match with Seth Rollins right now. I don't know if he can go for a
Oh
whole
yeah.
run, but I think if they said Sean, we need you and AJ Styles to finally have that dream match. We need you and Dominic to have a match. We need you and Seth. He could go. I think he could get busy.
That's all I wanted to see, man, was AJ versus Sean. Man. Yeah,
Shawn Michaels versus
my
Finn.
whole life. That's one of the like dream. That's my dream match.
Damn it, Sean. But I mean, he obviously had a hell of a run. We love Shawn Michaels. He had a hell of a run.
You know who else will fit into now? It's mad random, but I follow him on social media. Lance Storm.
Mm.
Interesting.
Lance Storm is um like I don't know if anybody follow him. He's very outspoken on social media, but um his style of wrestling, like he's one of the wrestlers that when he was around in the 90s going into the 2000s, he was ahead of his time. It could, even with the look, a lot of the wrestlers, the way they wear their gear now with the kick pads and stuff, that's all from Lance. So I think Lance will fit in right now.
Yo,
Oh
remember
yeah.
back in the days, we knew if somebody had them kick pads on, you knew they was serious. Like like okay, don't play with this one. Like this guy's
Yep.
he's gonna raise some hell, man. He's gonna raise some hell.
Yep.
So
Ken Shamrock.
Yep. Can I was about to say Ken Shamrock.
I heard he might be coming back.
I heard that too.
They signed him like a year and a half ago to a Legends deal. I really thought he was going to be at Mania or something, make an appearance, but I think they showed him in the crowd waving once.
Why? Well,
Hmm?
why? Why are they bringing Ken Shamrock back?
You
I
know
mean,
what?
why they keep bringing the Rock back? He's actually a legit fighter.
The Rock and
Like,
Ken Shamrock? Are we comparing the two?
he's still in shape,
The world's most
and I'm
dangerous
sure he
man.
will. No, no, no. He's in shape,
Can't just
but I
beef.
guarantee you, we will see this Ken Shamrock more than once a year. And Ken Shamrock wouldn't interfere in the main event and then just disappeared.
Who you want to see Ken Shamrock face?
No, he's a legend. He can come back and manage. Put him with the Creed brothers in Alpha Academy or something or somebody. But like, yeah, why not? That's the problem with y'all legends. Y'all don't use them right. They don't use them right. They just having the crowd waving. The ones that are able, they just have them waving. Or at one point, they had him backstage getting run down by Randy Orton. Y'all remember that? That's why Big Show and Mark Henry left.
Well,
So you want Ken Shamrock to come back and be a manager?
He can come back with what? He's still in shape. That's what I'm saying. That's my thing. He can still move around. They don't have many legends that they can depend on that can still move around. They
well,
don't.
I say this much to E's point. We didn't
Yeah.
know this back in the days because we were really little kids. I'm talking about my era of kids, but I didn't know this until later on as I got older. But Bobby the Brain Heenan, Mr. Fuji, Fabulous Moolah, Luscious Johnny Valiant, Captain Lou Albano. All of these guys used to wrestle back in the days. Like, we grew up, when I was introduced to wrestling, these guys was all managers. Even Jimmy
Yeah.
Hart,
Jimmy
he,
Hart.
he used to get back in the ring with Andy Kaufman and Jerry the King Lawler and all of them. But he
Mm.
was mostly a manager. But a lot of these guys who are some of our favorite managers of all time used to be wrestlers. So I don't, and this is a conversation we got to have a longer segment on. But I really don't see why WWE, unless it's just a monetary thing, why they don't look at some of these former wrestlers that were great on the microphone and had dope personalities and make them managers. I don't understand why they don't like.
Can you imagine the video packages of Ken Shamrock training Gable? They both got the leg lock, the ankle lock. Like it's a lot of things there, that you could do with him and a lot of
I mean,
legends.
I
So
think Kurt, I think Kurt Angle being Gable
like
and
right
Creed
now,
brother manager,
Haku.
he
Why not? All his sons are literally in one
let him be the
faction.
wise man.
Go be the wise man. Take advantage of these legends that are around. Besides having them sit in the front row, wave, and then go back to their seat.
I agree. I
They
agree.
brought a legend back. You said you ain't want him. Goldberg is
Who?
getting the belt. You said you ain't want him.
Nobody, nobody on earth asked for him.
Hey,
Literally,
he's a legend,
except
man.
maybe his son. What's
He's
his
a
son name?
legend.
Gage, because he came back for his son. That's probably the only one that's asking for him
Well,
back.
listen,
So
this Goldberg stuff is Vince McMahon's fault because
you know what it
Vince
is?
Vince
I,
promised Goldberg a retirement match before Vince had to he was ousted. So they just made
I'm
him
just
like,
spoiled by the way TK let Sting go out. You know what I'm saying? He let him go out with grace. He didn't let him just sit in the crowd and wave. You know what I'm saying? When he first joined the company, he didn't take losses to Triple H and all of that didn't make sense. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
yeah.
you're not taking us down this rabbit hole. Nope. Nope.
No, not today. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. Not today.
let's get
I'm just saying it's a difference how they use the legends. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
let's get to the world title match.
Well,
John,
Hmm.
You got Cody and Randy, no?
yeah, I was gonna do that last, but we could get into that. Let's get into that too.
Oh,
King of the Ring. We could do that. King of the Ring.
Yeah.
Cody, Rhodes, Randy Orton. Man, those ring entrances. the people in Saudi, you know what I noticed? The people in Saudi, they didn't give it up to the ladies as much. You know, I,
I mean, it's a reason behind that.
I get it, I get it. But
That's
the ladies did damn good, especially in that street fight. But man, it was electricity. It was combustion for Cody and Randy coming to the ring, singing them songs. They was into it, and again, Randy is absolutely one of the best when it comes to telling the story of in a match of a body part being. I know I keep saying compromise, but he's great when it comes to telling the story of a body part being compromised early in the match and him carrying it through the entire match. First of all, Randy looks like a guy who he doesn't look like a guy who's been wrestling for 25 years, but he absolutely looks like a guy who wrestled for 25 years. And I explain it like this. Physically, Randy is I can't believe that he's in the best shape of his career. Like the guy looks
Mm-hmm.
like he needs to be in this Superman movie that's coming out or Fantastic Four or something. This guy is physically like he probably has the best physique in wrestling right now. You know, it's incredible. Male physique, you
that's the
know.
Nutella, man. That's the Nutella that he's been eating.
Man, he been going crazy on that for Nutella. Like, he male physique. I think he has the best right now. But in the ring, you can tell how much of a veteran he is. Like he doesn't look like somebody who's going to be close to 50 years old. Who's close to 50 years old. But in the ring, this guy's a genius when it comes to the in ring psychology. He still the moves are still crisp. The drop kicks he's doing are right on the button. And I thought it was really dope how they told the story of one him and Cody knowing each other so well, they're able to counter the moves before the moves are even put on each other. And I thought it was dope how he did that superplex early in the match. He gave Cody a superplex off the top rope early in the match, where Cody was hurt, but it looked like Randy caught the harsher end of the stick, so to
Spoke the
speak,
harsh of that.
with the his lower back and spine area being hurt, and he carried that out all through the match. Like it be, and he does that so often where you're looking at this match and it's like, God damn, did Randy get hurt? Like, come on, I hope Randy's not hurt. Come on, get out of it. And sure enough, the next day on SmackDown, he's totally fine. But he really reels you in these matches. I thought it was great. Ari, as the match progressed, we saw these guys go from, okay, this is friendly competition, this is my friend, this is my mentor, this is my brother, to them really going for it. I thought Cody was really going for it first, and then there was a part in the match. Ari, you know what I'm talking about? Where Cody was down, Randy backs into the corner, and what was Randy doing?
I think he was hearing those voices in his head, man.
Yes, yes.
He really had a debate with himself whether or not to
Mm-hmm.
punt him, not to punt him, and he was about to punt him. So those voices on the left, they won, but he didn't get it off. But I, the funny
Mm-hmm.
thing is, I thought that move was banned. So if he actually connects with it in a match, like, does he get disqualified? Do they stop the match? Like, what goes on? So
Yeah,
besides
I don't
Cody
know.
being knocked out,
Yeah,
That's a good question.
I think it feels like it's in play because he's obviously if he punched the man, if it is a disqualification, you know he he would know it, and he would have automatically lost King of the Ring. So with that mean so much to him, I just it felt like it's in play now. I guess after so many years, because he hasn't punted anybody in like what at least 10 years, or maybe 5 to 10 years. Let's say I don't know exactly when the last time he
Like
punted somebody,
he's
but
teased it, but he didn't do it.
yeah, he got
Right.
to eventually
Yeah.
punt somebody because we seen him tease it with Kevin, with John Cena, now with Cody. He got to punch somebody soon. Like it, he can't keep.
Sorry, Nick Aldis.
Yeah, he can't keep trying wolf. Like he gotta get into it. Um,
That's the feud I want to see.
Cody and Nick. I mean Randy and Nick Aldis.
Yep. I've been waiting for that since Nick signed with WWE. I thought he was going to wrestle, and then he was a general manager. I was like, okay. Well,
He's a great general manager, but I don't know. Um,
listen, they have the perfect makings for war games. Pierce is I don't know if anybody at the WWE universe knows that Pierce is a legit wrestler. That's Scrap Daddy right there. You know what I'm saying? That's the homie. He probably one of the most devastating choke slams I've literally ever seen. So like, him and Aldis, they teased that they was gonna go at it, then they didn't go anywhere with that. Maybe for war games, we get Raw SmackDown teams and get them in matches too, maybe. So
I know they would love that.
yeah. A real GM versus GM, like this ain't gonna be like Teddy Long versus Eric Bischoff. Like these are legit wrestlers, so
WWE. I'm saying this right now. I'm pleading. This is not my solo Sokoa hand. This is me pleading to you for Survivor Series. Bring back the traditional Survivor Series tag team
and give them
matches. Give
names.
them names.
Give them
Give them team
names.
names. I would love to see Scrap Daddy's gang against Nick Aldis heavy hitters or something like that. That would be dope.
Chelsea and the Secret Hervis
Please,
versus
please.
I don't even know,
we
man,
we
but
we have we have room for war games as well as the traditional Survivor Series matches. I don't even want to see a singles match. Maybe it could be a world title match, but I don't even want to see a singles match. Like I want to see what John Cena's team look like. I want to see what Cody Rhodes' team look like. Like let's get to it, man. Let's
But I wonder why they're not doing it because it's impossible with all those writers and creative and former legends. I know that conversation has come up plenty of times, so I wonder what the real reason is that they're not pulling the plug on that.
yeah.
and it's
And it's fun.
it's fun and it's a perfect
Like
way to get everybody on the roster involved.
I
it
saw
wasn't
that.
as
I said,
strong because
"Damn,
Slim Jim wasn't on the table.
saw Slim Jim out, man."
Shit didn't
Hey,
see it over there.
getting speaking off your point, E, like they're not giving the women a big pop. I don't know how that's gonna
Yeah.
work with them doing Royal Rumble there with
Yeah.
30 women in the ring. Like,
Silent the whole time.
yeah, that's weird, man. I'm really surprised they doing a big PLE like that over there. Like,
I about to say, I think the big
Bread.
mistake was like
They paying that
Yeah, they're
bread.
making money. That's why
when
they
they
only had
started
the
with
Ryder logo in the middle, nothing else.
Crown
damn,
Jewel, it's more like an exhibition. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like they wasn't having real consequences to the matches over there.
Right.
And when they started doing that, that's when it became a little different. And
So
that's
you
not the crowd for
saying
that.
Saudi Arabia smarting up? They like, nah, man, stop giving us these watered down drinks, man.
Yeah. Because remember the reports, they wanted what Ultimate Warrior and a couple other wrestlers that were Yogo. I think Yokozuna was one of them.
Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, the new king of the ring. Um, Pin Randy Orton in the middle of the ring. Randy looked a little pissed as he exited. I don't know if he was mad at Cody or he was mad at himself. He had that little hesitation. mid match, but I thought it was a dope match. This is a match actually that I've been wanting to see at WrestleMania. I thought it could be a WrestleMania main event for this coming WrestleMania in 2026. Cody goes on. He's going to fight John Cena. If Cena can hold on to the belt, we never know what's going to happen with Seth having the briefcase. He could cash in at any
Hmm.
time, as we saw on Saturday. Nick, what do you think of the match and Cody being the new king of the ring?
It was a good match. Cody was selling pretty well for Randy in the beginning. It was good. Like you said, it didn't show that Randy was there, about to be 50, man. He was moving. But when he took off that the turnbuckle and exposed and hit his ribs, that's what ultimately took him down. Took the giant down. So, and Cody's a big dude, already, and then you see Randy next to him. I'm like, man, he's even a bigger dude, and I was like, it just man, overall great match. But yeah, I knew Cody was gonna take it that crown home.
Yeah.
E.
Yeah, it was no doubt for me that Cody was gonna win. Um Again, hopefully if he's smart, he bring out Brandy with him, and she be rocking his valet and rock out with him. Uh Randy looked good. He eventually, he listened to the voices in his head and they cost him the match. They told him to take the cover off the turnbuckle. And that was ultimately the end of his demise. But shout out to Cody for winning. Um, yeah. I got one thing to say though. In that climate, if Sammy would have won, they would have went up. Probably pop of the night if Sammy would have won King of the Ring. So, or maybe somebody who wasn't a top player who didn't need it won. That's just my thought. But
But going in the SummerSlam, do we want to see Sami Zayn versus Gunther revisited again? I don't know if I'm excited to see it. I mean, it's a good storyline. He could build off
it's
the
a good
fact
match.
that
But
okay, I beat you for the Intercontinental title. Now I'm going for it all, and I don't know if Sammy beats Gunther again. I don't know, but and
no.
again, I don't think to play devil's advocate, I don't think Cody Rhodes needed to be in King of the Ring at all, let alone win just to fight John Cena at SummerSlam. I think it's a very easy path to get to John Cena at SummerSlam again, but they built they built the story, and we saw some really good matches, man. I think they really
Yeah.
were smart with how they utilizing Cody. We saw Cody and Jade. We saw him in the Fatal Four Way. We saw Cody and Randy. We actually got some dream matches that we probably wouldn't see otherwise, or at least for a while, with Cody winning this King of the Ring. All right, what's your thoughts on Cody beating Randy?
I mean, I thought Cody was gonna win out of those two, so I think that was the right decision. As much pyro as Cody used coming out, I don't see them letting him lose. You know what I mean? But I would have. I'm kind of like E saying he thought Sammy should win King of the Ring. I thought seeing Jay win, having whole Saudi Arabia yeeting, and I thought that would have been really cool. But I just don't know with Cody winning, like what that really does for Cody. I feel like it does nothing. You know what I mean? Like it'll be in the background that he won King of the Ring. Um, but I thought the match was really good. Correct me if I'm wrong. That tattoo that Randy Orton has, is that where he got injured or had surgery yet? That's what it.
No.
That's what the
Oh
turnbuckle hit
man.
him. So when he took the turnbuckle off
Mm.
and Cody, he hit right there. That's how Cody got the pin. It hit him right on that tattoo. But I think
Oh, I
think
didn't
that's where he
realize
had
that.
surgery at. Yeah, and he got a tattoo to
Mm,
remind him.
Okay.
So I think that was a little Easter
okay.
egg. But thought it was dope. I thought that was a really good match. That was a really good match, man.
Yeah.
Randy got to turn heel, man. I'm tired of. Let's see what these voices are really telling Randall. He got to turn heel, man.
Feeling it, bro.
Hey,
I'm feeling
and
it.
the kind of hill I want to see him be, I don't want him to be around anybody. Like I want him to be like in the bowels of the arena, randomly coming out, RKOing people. You only see him for his matches. Like I want to see him do something like that.
Let me
It's like they struggled and tried again. It was
let me
weird.
ask this to everybody. We talking about Randy being heel. At this point in his
Yeah.
career, can Randy be a legitimate heel by the fact that he's gonna come out? We know that he could do sinister things. We know that Randy is gonna do sinister things. We know that he's gonna beat, do all type of crazy stuff to people and RKO's and hit them with steel chairs and damn near break their neck in the storyline. But are the people gonna boo Randy Orton? Like, are they gonna actually get behind and have this hatred of him like they built up back in the days, or is he just such a legend, such an icon that no matter what he does, he's still gonna get over?
Um,
Nah, I
re- real quick. I think the only time you really get booed is you got to beat the hell out of a baby face and you have to insult the crowd. Because let's face it, the world that we're in now, the villain, you cheer for the villain, especially if their music is popping. Like, so just like Seth, nobody really boos Seth until he, does something crazy. But I think Randy would have to insult the crowd and beat the hell out of baby faces on a regular for them to boo him. Because you're not going to hate
one more
RKO like
thing.
that. Yeah, go ahead, E.
I got one more thing, man. If he leaned into that Sammy, woe is me, uh the Sammy Drew, it's everybody else's fault that I'm losing. I think the
Mhm.
fans would boo him on that too. I think that can help too. But his move set is too cool, man. Like he's too cool, so it might be kind of tough to get them to boo him. That might be a little rough.
You got to
I
punt
get,
Cody, man. You got to punt
Yeah,
Cody.
yep,
and you got to make him bleed.
Or
You got to leave Cody
yeah,
bloody.
whichever, or you let Roman come back and punt Roman since he gonna have time off out of the year anyway. You gotta punt somebody for them to really boo.
yeah.
It was so many rumors. I guess with every PLE, people are expecting to see Roman come back. He's been gone for so long. Saturday, you know, I'm figuring that Roman has to fight at SummerSlam, but he didn't fight at SummerSlam last year, right? Last year he appeared at SummerSlam. So it is Roman going. When are we going to see him? Is it going to be a Saturday night's main event? Is it going to be a random SmackDown or Raw? Or is he just gonna wait till SummerSlam to come back, which means he won't fight at SummerSlam again?
You gotta figure out how many
Ah,
appearances he has out of the year. So how John Cena breaks it down, how many
yeah.
appearances he has, you kind of can predict it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
Akuma not gonna be there every month,
You
man.
let me ask y'all a question. Y'all think he's dealing back with maybe cancer issues or anything in remission, anything like that? That's why he doesn't come around like that?
I just think
Nah,
he,
I think
I,
that's
I
his
think
deal.
he, yeah, I think that's his deal. God forbid. And I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I think that God forbid he has any issues. We don't want
Yeah.
anybody to have any physical issues, let alone some serious as that. But I think that when we heard about the renegotiation of TKO and Roman's contract, I don't think they was asking him to take lower money because I don't think they're smart enough. I don't think they're dumb enough, I should say, to ask somebody to take a pay cut, especially somebody of Roman's caliber. I think they're trying to figure out maybe if we give you a little bit more money, can we see you more often? Because the brand automatically goes when he puts the finger up. That's not just the bloodline. That's the entire WWE brand skyrocketing when this man appears. Like it's not um a guesstimation. It's fact. Like you look at the numbers when Roman comes on the show, the ratings are up. When Roman appears at these PLEs, the ticket prices go up, the attendance goes up. Roman is the one. So I think they probably talked to Roman like, look, man, I think he wrestled 6 times last year, and this year I think he's wrestled only three. I think they like, look, man, we need you to wrestle at least 10 to 15 times a year. How can we make that happen? Maybe 10 times a year.
Romans, Romans is such a good place because you got Hollywood to his left and wrestling to his right with all that money and few appearances. He can't lose either way.
I would love to see him more, and I hope he, it would be dope. We gonna be in the, a few of us gonna be in the house at Saturday night's main event. I want to see Roman
Hmm.
show up, but it just depends what he shows up and who's he want to fight, and I
No
don't know.
chance.
Damn,
I don't
damn,
think it's no chance.
damn. We talked about Sammy earlier. Sammy was victorious. It was a pretty short match. It was cool. It wasn't to me. It wasn't anything death defying. Sammy versus Karrion Cross. It's good to see Karrion Cross and Scarlett at a PLE. It's good to see him wrestle. Period, because we don't really get a chance to see them a lot. Any thoughts on Sammy beating Karrion Cross, who's been in it? Getting at him to kind of follow a more sinister path. What do y'all think?
Me personally, I like the idea of the carrying cross character, but his matches be boring to me. Sammy carried the match. Uh, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that man's moveset. Like just carrying. Like I enjoy him popping up backstage, matching hairstyles and being cryptic. But when he steps in the ring, it's like something's missing for me. But yeah, I'm happy Sammy got the win. He needed that win. And I don't know where they go from here. Like, is Carrying gonna still pop up on Sammy? And I don't know. So we'll see.
But you know what's so funny? What I was gonna say. Well, the best way to beat Sammy, don't run to the corner. Don't run into to the turnbuckle because he follows you and hits you with the haluva kick. Like if you stay out of that corner, Sammy ain't gonna beat you, unless it's a fluke roll up or something like that. Like we've seen, so many people have Sammy in one corner on one side of the ring, and then they run to the other corner only to have Sammy follow him with the haluva kick. So don't run to the corner. Do your scouting, guys.
Yep.
Ari, did you see anything come out this match where you're excited for storyline progression, or do you feel that this might have just been a filler?
Yeah, I think this was a filler. I think, damn, it's crazy. This might have been Dom's spot. This might have been Dom's match.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get injured. So I definitely think it was a filler. I feel the same as E. Is something missing from carrying Cross's move set. It's his entrance was better than his move set, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you got to put him in a street fight. Maybe you got to put a stipulation in his matches. Um, I don't know. Change the color of the lights. God damn, they got to find something because he's over. Like the fans like him. You know what I'm saying? So they got to figure out something with his character, man. That's
Yeah,
that's it,
I mean,
man. That the
yeah, I
match
just don't
was just
see.
okay to
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Even with okay matches, I just don't see the storyline is not exciting. Like we got to figure out a storyline and some move sets. Speaking of moving, let's move on to the world title match, the main event. John Cena, the greatest of all time, versus the best in the world, CM Punk. Uh, a lot of history. First of all, before we get to that, Friday Night SmackDown ended with the doctor of punkonomics. CM Punk did a parody, just like how John Cena did a parody of the pipe bomb last week, Friday that just passed. CM Punk came to the ring dressed like old throwback John Cena with the Cubs jersey on. He had the Chicago Bulls hat to the back. He had the multi finger rings, 2 finger rings on. He had the big chain, and he did
Drug free.
drug free, and he did a freestyle rap. It wasn't off the dome, but it was a freestyle rap where he went at John Cena, ending in him referencing Drake and Kendrick beef, calling John Cena his Drake and a bitch. What did y'all think, Nick? What did you think of CM Punk and his raps?
I thought it was cool. Then a part of me thought it was corny. Um, just because I'm not the biggest Punk fan. Don't get me wrong. But I was just honestly surprised. He remembered all that in the ring. Um, but what he's, but what he said, yeah, I mean, he was saying some real shit. So I mean, I'm taking from what he actually said. Yeah, I mean, he dropped some, he dropped some pretty real bars there. But as far as the whole coming out, I thought it was funny, corny, but I mean, that's what they were going for. I think Cena could have capitalized, the next night and used his main entrance song or the Thugonomics, but that's just me. But overall, it was a cool little exchange between them. Yeah.
Ari,
Stall Punk out, Nick. Damn, stall him out, man. Stall him out, man. Um, I thought it was dope. I thought it was dope, man. None of us, expect CM Punk to be Buster Rhymes or anything like that. So I thought it was dope. Kudos to him for even remembering those those lyrics. He scared me a little bit. He looked like he stumbled a little bit, but he got back to it. And I thought it was dope, man. I know Cena wanted to laugh so bad in that ring, so he got to stay in character. But just for a segment on SmackDown, I thought it was really dope. Thought it was really dope.
I had fun. I had fun watching. I was laughing, man, because
Right. I was too.
I
Yeah, you know how they do walkthroughs before the show and everything. You think Cena knew that they was gonna do that?
Yeah,
thought Cena wrote the rap for him. I was like, I wouldn't be
yeah, I
surprised if
did
John
too.
Cena actually wrote the rap for him.
Yeah.
I did too. Yeah.
First thing I thought, first thing I thought when Punk finished was Drake keeps taking L's and he ain't even say nothing. He called him the Drake.
Right. And
That
they just had Drake come to the damn um
Elimination
elimination
chamber.
chamber and show love, man. So
Yeah.
it's like, damn, Drake might be like, I ain't going back there. They dissing me.
Yeah.
I I don't think they showed Drake love at
they
Elimination
might get
Chamber.
sued.
I don't think they showed him love because they didn't put him on
No,
the TV.
they didn't show him.
They didn't put him on the screen unless he didn't want to
Yeah,
be on the screen though. Like,
I thought that might have been a
I
Drake thing. I thought
mean,
Drake probably been like, yo, don't put me on the screen.
wanted to be low
Yeah,
key.
he probably would have said, "Listen, I'm still in this battle. I can't be on the screen. He can use this against me. Let
Right.
me let
He
me just
can't be
sit in this
low key
crowd."
front row. He's front row. He can't be low key.
No,
that
You know
that
what
was
I'm
that
saying?
was kind of weird.
listen.
That was kind
You're
of
right.
like it's the elephant in the room. Like they showing the guy, and I don't know, but
I did. I do think they had something with them until the battle happened. Then they said, "Hey, man, right now this ain't the best time, my brother. Uh, enjoy
Maybe.
your enjoy your Australian tour dressed like a Power Ranger." You know what I mean?
God damn.
So,
Yeah. I like the Power Rangers.
Me too, man.
or
Damn.
Israelite, which one you want? Which one you want? He was dressed like a Power Ranger or Israelite. I'm trying to be respectful.
Trying to remember the outfit. I don't even remember the outfit he had on. But let
Remember the sweatpants, sweatshirt, the sweatshirt with the shoulder pads, and it was tucked in the sweatpants.
damn, I gotta Google that, man. I completely forgot. But let's get back to the to the freestyle.
Yeah,
To the
my
free.
bad.
What did you think of the freestyle? What did you see in Punk freestyle?
It was solid though. It was solid.
Yeah,
I'm going. It was solid.
yeah. I thought it was fun. I thought it was tongue
Maybe
in cheek. Punk was having a good time with it. He referenced Cena, um, taking his pipe bomb. So he said, I'm gonna take your rap." I think this is such a great rivalry, and I didn't realize until Michael Cole said it that uh, that was really the actual rubber match because they had 13 matches, right? Previous to Night of Champions, where CM Punk won 6 of the matches, John Cena won 6 of the matches, and it was one draw. So that was like the rubber match. I heard that Triple H said this is gonna be the last time that they face each other. And it was a lot of fun, man. It was chaos. It was chaotic. The two of them going back at it, and unfortunately, well, Cena got the pin on CM Punk. That's not the unfortunate part, but it was mired in controversy again, which I guess it was. I guess that's poetic because a lot of their matches get mired in controversy. Like it's always something wild and something that goes astray at the end of their matches a lot of times. But we saw the slowest cash-in attempt in the history of wrestling. Last night, the referee went down. Punk had John Cena down, and we hear "Burn It Down" as CM Punk is gesturing. He's calling for another referee to come out, and I think Charles Robinson they might be in his pocket, man. Um, Paul Heyman might have him on a little bit of payroll because Charles Robinson, the second referee, did not come out, but Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman came out. Paul Heyman's carrying the briefcase with the smile on his face. Seth is slowly walking to the ring, taking his time. The referee has been knocked out, which it didn't really look like that serious of a bump that the referee took, but he was damn near in a coma. Seth takes his time coming in. Last time we saw Seth cashing Money in the Bank, he frantically ran to the ring and cashed it in.
Right.
This time he took all the time in the world. He lifted up his hand, clenched a fist, which signaled to Bronson and Braun Breaker to get in the ring and handle their business with CM Punk. They start beating CM Punk down. And keeping in the theme of slowly coming to the ring, we saw Penta with the slowest save in the history of wrestling. Penta music hit, and he did his little sideways saunter to the ring. I'm
hey,
like, yo, bro,
Spencer said,
he's seeing Punk is
before,
getting his ass beat. Like he's just slowly coming to the ring.
hey, before the show, Pizza got on the phone. Hey, Jeff Hardy, any advice for running in to help people?
Mm-hmm.
That's even slower than Jay. That's slower than Jeff doing his.
Yeeting to
Yeah,
the
you
ring.
know how Jay is doing his hand claps and stuff. But I said, God damn, Penta was so slow he didn't even get to the ring. Right? Like Braun
No,
Breaker had to go out.
he didn't make it.
Braun Breaker had to go out and greet him. Like he had to fight him.
Uh,
Penta, he was so slow he did not make it to the ring, man. And
He was a little
and
bit
and
jet
you can
lagged.
see on Bronson Reed's face, he has CM Punk down and he's punching him and he's looking up. He's like, "Is this guy gonna come to the ring?" He's still punching CM Punk, but he's looking up like, "What the hell is Penta doing?" Penta comes
now,
out.
can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
Who was he there to help?
Punk.
Well, he has a little feud with Braun,
he has a.
so it's like,
Oh,
He
okay,
was he was
okay,
there to
yeah,
help
yeah.
Punk, but and he also
So he
has.
went all the way to Saudi Arabia just to interfere in. and like, okay, okay, I
Penta went to
respect it.
get
I mean,
off,
he
man.
got
He
beef
wanted to
with
go show
Braun.
his
That's
outfit off.
Yeah,
yo, my man
that's
is
a cool dude, looking dude, man.
yo, my man was swagged out in a damn in ring save, which he never made it to the ring. So so finally with CM Punk down, we see Seth gestured. Now we see Seth gesture to a referee, and we see Charles Robinson come as he's coming to the
Little
ring.
nature.
Yeah, as he's coming to the ring to count to actually get the briefcase to cat so Seth could cash it in and count CM Punk down, who got beat the hell out of him by Bronson Reed. John Cena tackled the hell out my man. Like he gave him like we talk about the spears. John Cena did a hell of a tackle move to Charles Robinson, and I could see Charles literally being, legitly being knocked out because he gave him a hell of a tackle move. We see John Cena get in the ring and he confronts Seth, and he's like, "Seth, what the hell are you
Hey, real
doing?"
quick,
Yeah,
hey Sha, there's a report that Charles Robinson got hurt and
Oh
that
yeah.
he's like legit hurt,
I can
a
see,
shoot hurt
I
injury
can
from
see
that.
it, I can see
Uh,
it.
yeah, he said he's gonna probably be out for a while.
Because listen,
Seriously, not like story wise, shoot wise.
listen, the man was running full sprint to the ring, and out of nowhere, John Cena gave him,
To a wall.
man, goddamn, John Cena. Um, I love the little confrontation that Cena and Seth had, and they've been building up this confrontation between Cena and Seth. It started at Raw where Seth mentioned John Cena for the first time. Then we saw at Fanatics Fest where the two of them crossed paths during a little SummerSlam preview segment. Seth was looking at that belt. John Cena's looking at the briefcase, and then they get into the ring yesterday, and it was funny as hell. He's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" Cena's like, "What the hell are you doing interfering in the match?" And Seth is like, "This has nothing to do with you." He's like, "You were dead 3 seconds ago. You were dead 3 seconds ago." And Cena's like, "Well, I'm alive now. I'm alive now." And they're going back and forth. Eventually, Cena hits Seth with a FU attitude adjustment. You know what I'm saying. Um, in all of the chaos, it was a lot going on at the end of the match. In all of the chaos, Seth eventually recovers. He hits CM Punk with the curb stomp, but John Cena tosses Seth over the top rope out of the ring, covers CM Punk for the victory. 1, 2, 3. When the original referee finally gets his ass up and gets in the ring, Cena leaves with a big smile on his face as the champion. CM Punk is down and out, and it looks like if that's the last match, John Cena got the best of CM Punk. Ari, what do you think of the outcome of the match? What do you think of the interference?
Match was great. I really enjoyed the match. They could have kept uh for me the interference out. Like I didn't need Sammy and Penta there because I mean I understand they have beef with uh Seth's goons, but like what does that have to do with Punk and I don't know. It just was weird.
Oh yes, I almost
But
forgot
other than that,
Sami Zayn. Out of all of this, Sami Zayn came out after Braun Breaker was beating up Penta, and Sammy and Braun fought to a
yeah,
lower level at the ring entrance, and Penta wound up jumping on both of them and taking both of those guys out.
yeah. My favorite part of the match though was when Cena was going to use the belt. He thought about it, put it down,
Hmm.
and I guess the little hug that he gave that same look when he turned on Cody.
Yeah,
I was like,
Punk
yeah, that's probably my favorite part of the
CM
match.
Punk stuck his hand out because after they had cleared the ring with, you know, didn't John Cena actually save CM Punk from getting the
Yeah,
tsunami?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they were working
Yep.
together for a
yeah,
little
they was
bit.
working together for a brief moment. It looked like okay, Are we gonna get the demise of the Hill Cena? Is it over? Like these guys are actually working together. CM Punk stuck his hand out for John Cena in the middle of the ring. John Cena shook his hand. They gave him a hug, and then Cena gave him the blank face stare of death. Tried to kick John Cena tried to kick CM Punk in the ball. CM Punk wound up giving him to go to sleep. But I think CM Punk knew all along. I knew what he knew to expect. I don't think CM Punk let his guard down. I think he knew that John Cena was going to try to snake him. Ari,
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought it was a cool match. I did like CM Punk doing his wife's finishing move in the middle of the match.
here we go.
I thought that was a little Easter egg. Hopefully we get to see her at Evolution. I think that would be dope. Um when he did that, I immediately thought, I was like, damn, CM Punk did that rap and he brought up Nikki Bella, brought up John Cena's ex. He's lucky John Cena didn't do a rap because John Cena was kissing AJ Lee back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So that could have really went left if Cena wanted it to. But overall I thought it was a really cool match. We got to see John Cena turn face and then turn back heel. Like, I got y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was dope. Cena is still, man, even as a old man wrestler, still showing he's like one of the strongest ever.
Mhm.
Um, doing that spot, man. I was like, damn, this guy is a beast, man. He's really a beast. But um, I thought Cena was going to win the match anyway, so I guess we are going to see CM Punk and Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, because I know Punk is like, it's on site every time now. Enough is enough. So
I love it.
Hey, who do you? So do you think Punk recruits Penta, Sammy to go against Seth and the Goons, or does he get a whole nother squad?
I, I would hope not, because 10 times out of 10, I would take Seth and his goons over CM Punk, Sammy, and Penta. I would have to have a pep talk with Penta. I'm like, bro, maybe we gotta speak to him in Spanish. You can't do that cool Razor Ramon walk to the ring, man. This is war. It's
Yes,
wartime.
yes, yes.
You gotta
Yep.
run full speed. Maybe do a backflip down the entrance way, but you can't do that cool Razor Ramon strut, man. No, no, no.
That'd be cool.
Got to show some urgency.
And just
God
just to
damn.
just to build on Ari's point, CM Punk gave Big Bronson Reed attitude adjustment right in the middle of the ring. I love it when we see Cena get a chance to hoist these super heavyweights up like the Big Show, and I remember him doing it to
Mark
Mark
Henry,
Henry, yeah, and
Brock Lesnar.
Brock, man. I mean, even Roman as well. I mean, he got Roman up with pretty much ease, but man, he got Bronson Reed all the way up in that attitude adjustment and gave it to him, man. So it's like it was. I thought it was excitement with the faction coming in. The faction with no name. Are we gonna call them
Faction with no name.
yeah.
Oh, shop, real
Hmm.
quick, because I know you big on the cement threes. I saw my man Brunson have on
Change
some
them
new
up.
Yeah, he
threes,
switched it
baby.
up. He switched it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those too. The white joints. Yeah, I like those. Damn, I actually got those. I'll bring them and put them on the screen. But yeah, that was dope. That was yeah, Bronson, switch it up a
We
little
should call
bit,
those
baby.
the Dwayne Waynes.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was time. So it looks like, guys,
Yeah.
we're gonna see it. SummerSlam, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, Part Two. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to see CM Punk in a six-man tag team match with those guys. I think since SummerSlam is 2 nights, I think they could afford to. Well, I was gonna say I think they could afford to break all of those into single matches, but Triple H only does like 6 or 7 matches a night, so we might have to consolidate it and make it a six-man tag team match just to ensure that more of the roster
Make
gets
it a
on.
steel cage, 1-on-1.
I would love it. But I mean, we saw him in a steel cage before. We saw him in a steel cage on Raw when Roman came back. So
Get the old school blue one.
see, I like the cage better. I like the fence
You like the
material.
chain link
Yeah, I
fence? I
like the
like the
chain link.
cage, man. We can. I think it would be more a little bit more interesting with Seth having a crew and they can, get objects through without having to get in the cage and stuff like that. But they need some type of match with no interference. If not, then Cody needs some. I mean, Cody CM Punk needs some help.
Gotta put him in Hell in a Cell, man.
Um,
Gotta put him in Hell in a
Yeah,
Cell. They didn't went back and forth enough. Gotta put him in the cell, man, for SummerSlam.
I think it's time. I think it's time for Hell in a Cell. Like, where does it end? Like,
and
where like where does it end?
Yeah.
I guess they the definition on they are Peter and the chicken on Family Guy.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying?
But listen, okay, so let's build out this scenario, guys. Cody against CM Punk. I mean against John Cena, right? So that's one. You do CM Punk versus Seth, Braun Breaker and
hmm
Penta, right? Sammy and
Yeah,
Bronson Reed. Where does Roman fit in? Roman doesn't is Roman might
I
not
think his
wrestle at
place is more
SummerSlam.
in. I think his place is when he does come back. He's gonna come back to help Jacob.
I was
I
gonna
really
say
do.
I was gonna say maybe Hell in a Cell be the first match. You know what I'm saying? Give Seth a little break after the Hell in a Cell, and then you have Seth cash in, and that's when you bring Roman out. So I don't have Seth having a successful cash in because Roman ruins it.
Okay. I like that. I like that, Chef Ari.
I like that.
I like that, Chef Ari. So Roman doesn't have a match at SummerSlam as of right now. He's a
Hmm.
spoiler, just like how he spoiled it
Hmm.
for Solo last. Because I do agree that when he comes back, you got to put him in the mix with Seth, Bronson, and Braun Breaker because they're the ones that left him laying in the middle of the ring last time we saw him. So, for him to automatically switch and go over to the Bloodline saga, which he does fit in, obviously, because he's been such a it's revolved around him for the most part. But I think
And they have the Wise Man.
and they have the wise man, so he looks like a sucker if he don't go and get his revenge. I do feel that Roman is looking a little weak to me for being out for so long. Like all he did was get a spear. Like it ain't like I can see like with WrestleMania concussion protocols and all of that. I get it.
So he is a Kuma. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
That'll
you
work
know the
then.
crazy thing is he's wearing the the tribal joint. Akuma wears that, so I think that's
Yeah.
a no brainer for them.
I
Yeah,
think
Sha,
that
we was just saying, they might have speared Roman Reigns right into the role of Akuma,
Mhm.
but he been gone for so long, so Roman ain't stressing too much, man.
Nah.
And
That was funny.
it's gonna be interesting, man. But I know I would like to see Roman in the ring more, and with this role coming up, I don't know if he started to film already, but if he ain't started to film already, then Roman's gonna be gone even longer. So damn. But in any event, SummerSlam is shaping up. Uh, Saturday night main event is the next big thing in a couple of weeks. We're gonna see Goldberg against Gunther. Monday Night Raw. It's I wouldn't be. Is John Cena advertised for Raw?
I didn't see the card yet. Let me
I
see.
didn't see it yet.
They might have to get John Cena to add some more dates. They might have to break some bread because this guy is running through the dates and he's very active. Maybe he slows
Hmm.
down a little bit in the fall, but I mean, shoot, what do you have like 12 dates left?
Jeez.
I thought it was less than that,
I got
but it could be. John
I
Cena
mean,
coming out with a movie in the midst of this too. With Idris
oh
Elba.
yeah,
So
him and Idris Elba. I think we
and
should,
Peacemaker coming back.
yeah, yeah. So it'll be cool. We should let's do a movie review when it drops July 2nd. Should be a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
So man, Night of Champions, very eventful. The build is the SummerSlam is on Saturday night's main event is coming up. Um, it's been a lot. I think we got through everything, guys. I think we got through everything. Let's just go through our panel on a scale of 1 to 10. What do you give Night of Champions, Ari?
out of a 10, probably like a 6.5. It was cool to me. It was cool to me. It wasn't nothing too crazy. And I can't give it such a high rating without my man Uso on there.
Yeah.
No Jay, no Bianca. Nah, man. A strong 6.5, I would say.
816. What do you give it?
I was leaning, yeah, like 6 or 7. Good round number. Just because the ladies didn't get the love they should, man. So, besides that, I think the matches that they showed were dope. But yeah, they could have showed the females a little bit more love.
Crowd.
The crowd,
You
yes.
will.
Yeah, I'm giving it about a 6. The crowd did it for me. Um, yeah, it wasn't a bad show, but it wasn't the best show, so it's just right in the middle. Give it a nice 6 out of 10.
Give it a 7, man. I, I really like Randy versus Cody. That's a match I've been wanting to see. To me, even though they fought in the past, with Cody stock so up, I put that as a dream match. I thought Rhea and Raquel really delivered, and I thought the world title match with all the shenanigans at the end, it was fun. I thought they played with our emotions with us thinking Cena might have that face turn in Saudi Arabia, but no, still sinister Cena. I thought it was funny, and then we got we got the title change. We had King and Queen of the Ring crown, and we got the title change with Solo. So I thought it was very eventful. Matter of fact, I think I got to give it a 7.5 just because of everything that went on with all the events that went on. So I thought it was good. Looking forward to Saturday night's main event. And of course, SummerSlam is gonna be is shaping up to be incredible so far. Like Cody in that main event match for the men. Women, we're gonna see Jade finally get a chance to go for a world title singles match. I love it. I think they got to start building Jade up to be this singles monster. So it should be dope, man. Very eventful weekend. Thanks to everybody, especially these guys on this panel, and thanks for everybody, not just for tuning in, but for all the birthday wishes y'all been giving me since my June
Yes, sir.
27th. I appreciate it. Had a great time. Big up to my man LL Cool J. Had a great time last night at Rock the Bells. Literally saw so many of my favorite rappers from KRS-One, Redman. I already know I love Redman. You know how much I play Redman in the house. Rakim, Capone, and Noriega. By the way, Capone from Capone and Noriega is running around looking like he could be in WWE. Chiseled up, went on a great body transformation. So big up to Capone. Nori lost a lot of weight too. He continues to be on his health journey. Buster closed it out. There was a tribute to Andre Harrell at Uptown Records. It was really dope, man. Had a chance to watch the show with one of my close guys, Daytwan Thomas. So appreciate everybody for the birthday love. Looking forward to another
See,
year around the sun. E Will is up next on that 7-Eleven. So
yes,
we
sir.
got to do it up. Big WWE weekend that weekend too. Superman the movie comes out officially on 7-Eleven, so we about to be really lit in like the next for the whole month of July, man.
Oh
Through
yeah.
through through.
Everybody listening, man. Anytime you go in the store, 7-Eleven, just think about me. That's it. That's all I got for you,
There you
man.
go.
There you
That's
go.
my that's it.
There you go. We lit all through July, all through SummerSlam weekend too. So we appreciate you,
Oh yeah.
Shaheem Reed, E Will, Nick 816, Ari, Smith
Said all that.
TV. He out there with the fourth row. When does the fourth row? When do they do their show? Is it today?
They shot it
Oh,
on
they shot it on
Friday,
Friday. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
so I'm sure it'll get edited. Probably sometime early next week it'll drop.
Looking forward to
Yeah,
that.
it'll
Big up
probably be
West
up.
Side Gun, big up Smoke Dizzle. We'll have him on the show soon. And all the great
Oh yeah.
competitors on fourth row. I thought it was dope this week to see the Hardy Boys throw out the first pitch at City Field for my team, the Mets. We saw them on the train with what is it called? The Subway Mania with those
Oh
guys who
yeah.
they do a great cosplay. There's a group of fellas and women. They do some great cosplay. They get on the subway in New York, and they dress up as some of the great legends: Bret Hart, Kane, The Rock, Jay Uso, and they actually have wrestling matches on the subway in New York. And if anybody who's from New York ever been in the subway from New York, like that's like not even the craziest thing you'll see in the subway. Like that's just a regular day on the subway.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy and nothing out of the ordinary for New York subway riders. We're gonna close out. Thank you everybody for joining us. Shaheem Reed, E. Will, Nick 816, Spiff TV out in Paris. We'll see you soon. Sorry for the technical difficulties, guys, but we was able to get it in. Peace and love, everybody.
Peace.